All right, let's get this show started.
In today's video, Dana White reacts to McGregor's face-off with Mike Perry. Dana says he's open to Usman vs Chimaev, but only at 185. Shots fired at Jorge Masvidal's Miami home. Cormier reacts to Jon Jones' retirement plans. Francis Ngannou fires back at critics. Ariel Helwani reveals details of Ngannou's new contract demands. And Demetrious Johnson breaks down Cejudo vs Sterling. UFC President Dana White has shared his thoughts on Conor McGregor squaring off against Mike Perry at last weekend's BKFC 41 event. During a recent interview with Robbie Fox, White said that Conor probably got caught up in the moment and that he's not really bothered by it.
Don't get mad at me for it, but my boy Conor McGregor showed up in a different company over the weekend, put their title on his shoulder, and did a face-off with one of their fighters. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think that that Conor went out and was having fun and got caught up in the moment. And, the dude called him in to the ring and, he did it. I also saw him pounding a bottle of Proper 12. I'm sure that probably had something to do with it too. But, listen, man, at the end of the day, Conor has done a lot here. He's made a lot of money. The guy's out having fun and, it's all good.
Okay, so that didn't upset you too much.
Not at all. Not even a little.
Earlier this week, Kamaru Usman pitched the idea of a super fight with Khamzat Chimaev. On Thursday, Dana White appeared on the Jim Rome show, was asked about the matchup and whether there is a chance of it happening, to which Dana replied, "It must be at 185. He said, "What I hate about that fight and Usman calling him out, Usman is calling him out at a catch weight. I don't do catch weights. I don't like catch weights. Catch weights mean nothing. They mean absolutely nothing. If Usman wants to move up to 185 and fight Chimaev, we could talk about it. But trying to fight him at a catch weight, I'm not interested." According to a report from TMZ, a man was shot at Jorge Masvidal's Miami area home Thursday afternoon following a verbal altercation. The victim was transported to the hospital with at least one gunshot wound to the arm area. The news was first reported by Andy Slater, who shared the following information over Twitter. Jorge Masvidal's house in Miami has been swarmed by cops. The UFC star's father is in custody after allegedly shooting somebody at the fighter's house during an argument, a senior law enforcement source tells me. Jorge Masvidal was not at the house when the shooting happened. He was out promoting his bare-knuckle boxing event, which takes place Friday night at the FLA Live Arena. TMZ also reported, Miami-Dade PD tell us they received a call around 3 p.m. When they arrived, EMTs were already on the scene, rendering aid to an adult male who was shot in his upper extremities. Cops say the victim told them he was involved in an argument that escalated when the subject produced a firearm and shot him. We're told the victim was transported to a local hospital where he is now in stable condition. Daniel Cormier has reacted to Jon Jones' retirement talk. Jones recently stated that he plans to hang up the gloves after the Stipe Miocic fight. Speaking on the DC and RC show, Cormier said that the reason why Jones wants to retire is because he might not be as excited as he was to compete against heavyweights after he dominated Cyril Gane so easily.
I don't think it came down to having anything more to prove. It was just done, right? Like when you're a guy that wants to be the best in the world and only lives to be the best in the world, when you know you're not the best in the world anymore, you walk away from the game. But for Jones, he's still the best in the world. And as you said, he was excited about the idea of going to fight at heavyweight. It was the challenge and something that scared him. But do you think that maybe it was easier than he may have thought? He got through Cyril Gane, so he's just like,
it was really easy, bro.
This is what it is. Like, it's like where's that challenge, right? Or see, like, where's that thing that scares me? Because that's what Jones spoke about before the fight, being scared again, something that was dangerous. And maybe he doesn't feel that. Maybe he doesn't feel like that is going to be his every day at heavyweight. But I feel like I would like to see him continue to fight. I would like to see him fight guys like Sergey Pavlovich. I would like to see him in there with Stipe Miocic. And I do believe that there are some challenges for Jon Jones.
Francis Ngannou has been faced with consistent criticism and backlash from the MMA community since his release from the UFC, especially because most major organizations have failed to negotiate a deal with him. Now, Francis responded to critics and fans, writing, "Don't panic, guys, everything is under control. #have faith." On Wednesday's episode of the MMA Hour, Ariel Helwani defended Ngannou, saying a narrative has been made in the MMA community that he is becoming a pain to deal with. Helwani also revealed some details of Francis's new contract demands, one of them being that Francis's opponents cannot make under a certain amount when he fights them.
he wants a guarantee from whomever he is fighting for, promoter-wise, that his opponent cannot make under a certain amount. He wants his opponent to make at least a minimum. He wants a guarantee that his opponent cannot be underpaid, in other words. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if Francis Ngannou signs on to fight Ante Delelli and they want to pay for Ante like $30,000, he's not down with that. He wants his opponent to make a certain amount as well. What that number is, I don't know. But he wants a guarantee that they cannot go under that number. They could go above the number if that person is worth it, whatever his deal is. But you can't underpay the opponent. Who else is fighting for these things? Who? Tell me who. Tell me. And we're going to shit on that guy. That's what we're going to shit on. That's why this whole thing is messed up.
Demetrious Johnson, who's competing against Adriano Moraes at this weekend's One Championship event, has weighed in on the Henry Cejudo vs. Aljamain Sterling matchup. During an interview on Brendan Schaub's podcast, DJ made a short breakdown of the fight.
I think he's going to do good. I trained with him, and, I watched the UFC countdown, and what they said, it made sense. His 3-year layoff wasn't a layoff that you would think that somebody would have. He had Figueiredo, he had Shane Willie, he had Jury there, he also had Jon Jones, he had myself. I think the biggest thing he's going to have to overcome in battle is having that 3 years off, come back as a competitor, going against a guy who's Aljamain Sterling, who's no slouch, tall for the weight class, great grappler. Before Aljo went and fought Peter Yan, the biggest thing I said about Aljo that was a turning point for him is that he realized what he was good at, which was being a backpack. Do whatever he can to get on somebody's back, body triangle, and just murder him there. Now he's dictated his whole game about getting to that point. And that's where I think it makes him dangerous. And that's why I told Henry, I said, dude, at the end of the day, you move better on his feet, you're faster, and you have better rhythm than him. The only thing I'm worried about is that don't let him get on your back. I'm going for, Henry, obviously, because, we're buddies and, we train together.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes of the day. Third place was found over Instagram and was posted by a user named As Shopped As It Gets. Our second place meme was found over Reddit and was posted by a user named Pluto Hendrix01. And our top pick was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named Beavers Smash TV.
Give us another 1,000 shit.
Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.